So I normally don't do haul videos, but I just went to Trader's World, a local flea market in Cincinnati. If you know Trader's World, I mean, you should if you're in Cincinnati, honestly. It's a really cool place. I often go to Trader's World and to Treasure Isles, another flea market, because they're right by each other. But I got pretty spent out going to Trader's World today. And I just didn't have time. I slept in too late, so I'll have to go to Treasure Isles next time. But I just wanted to do this video to, kind of show off some cool things I found, and kind of just speak on the whole culture of, like, going to flea markets and buying stuff, and the kind of things I look for in flea markets. I also want to shout out one particular store at Trader's World, and this actually is not something I got in this haul, but I want to show it off because it's super cool, and it's something I got last time I went to Trader's World. I got this from JK Toys and Collectibles. By far the best booth in Trader's World. Absolutely love it. It's in Building 11. It's right next to an awesome fudge place, too. I get fudge every time. It's so great. You walk in, and you're just greeted with so many awesome toys. They're always playing old 80s cartoons. The people there are friendly. I love JK Toys and Collectibles. Definitely recommend it if you're in Trader's World. Go to Building 11. Make it your first stop, because I adore it. Yeah, I got this original Toy Biz 1989 Batmobile with the Batman, and it also came with the clamshell with the armor over it. I didn't get the Joker with it. I got the Joker somewhere else, but I just like him in there with him. Yeah, it's really, really cool. I did get one of the missiles with it. So I do have one of the yellow missiles. I might try to track another one down at some point. It doesn't have the big yellow Batman symbols, but I don't care. It's funny, so many people are going crazy over the new McFarlane one. And me personally, when it comes to Batmobiles, I like getting either the little Hot Wheels ones or the original toy offered when the movie was released. So I'm very, very happy to have this in my collection. I adore retro Batman stuff, and you're going to see some more retro Batman stuff in this haul, but I just want to show this off as the first thing. And also, I mean, JK Toys and Collectibles is just great. So speaking of them, let's actually get started, because last time I was there, they had something there that I was thinking, oh man, I really wish, I had the budget for it, because getting that Batmobile, I think it was like 40 or 50 bucks for that and the Batman, which was a pretty good deal, but obviously, not small change. And I didn't have the budget for this last time, but I had the budget for this time. Twitch from Toy Story 3. I've had some people ask me for some more Toy Story content, and I think I might do a video on this Twitch to satiate that craving that people have been asking me for, because Twitch is my favorite weirdo from Toy Story. He's my favorite wacky background character. He's just so cool. He's like a weird bug dude that's like a He-Man homage. I mean, he's got the He-Man harness and everything. I mean, they even did like a 5-inch figure that's in the similar He-Man style. I do have that. This one is super cool. I'm not going to show off the features here because I do intend on doing a video, but I've been wanting this since it came out all the way back in like 2010. Never had a chance to get it. It was made by Thinkway. I think it was a Disney Store exclusive if I'm not mistaken, but I know it was Thinkway that made it. Funny enough though, mine's actually a factory error. He has 2 left thighs. That's kind of funny, because when I was a kid, I had the Lego Twitch, and the eye printing was like only half done on one of the eyes. Like on my Lego one, that part of the eye was printed, but not that half. I still do have that Lego Twitch, but it's just so funny. I guess with Twitch and me, I just get little factory errors. It doesn't really impact the figure too much. I think the worst thing about it is that you see a little bit more of a screw hole. I don't really care. I mean, I got a great deal on it. I got it for only 40 bucks, and if you know this toy, you know that it goes well over 100 oftentimes, so very, very awesome acquisition there. Super happy to finally have this big Thinkway Twitch. I honestly never thought I would own it, ever. So that was definitely a great start to my time at Trader's World. I got a couple other things at that booth. I'm starting to get a little bit more into Galactic Heroes. Because I'm a loser, I guess, that needs baby toys. And these aren't the last baby toys in this video. I'm just such a weirdo when it comes to what I collect. I got a little Obi-Wan here. They did have a hooded one, too, but I decided I preferred that look. And a Sand Trooper. I'll have to touch up the paint on the top of his gun. But yeah, I like Galactic Heroes. I don't like the Jedi Force, newer Galactic Heroes as much, the ones with the articulation. I just like these. Because it's just, boom, here's a little figure. Now, granted, like, you can move the saber, which is neat. but I just like it when it's, boom, here's a chunky toy made for little kids to play with. You know, it's pretty cool. So there's those right there. And that's it for JK Toys and Collectibles. That's all I got from him because I didn't really have the budget for much else. But, as we see, that didn't really stop me when I started finding more cool things. So, yeah, let's just keep going. So one of my missions was to find a particular booth run by a very nice elderly gentleman. It just has some cool toys, and I decided I really only go to Trader's World for JK Toys and Collectibles nowadays, but I wanted to go through the whole place and try to find his booth. So as I was looking through, I found a booth that I hadn't seen before that had a lot of cooler, you know, toys just kind of sitting around. They were just on tables and things. And I found this, black and blue Batman, because I love collecting Michael Keaton Batmans, and I really love this variant. Didn't have this one yet. It does have some scuffing on the blue right there. I might decide to touch that up, or I might just leave it be. I don't know. We'll figure out what I want to do with that. But another thing, awesomely, from JK Toys and Collectibles, I have plenty of Batman figures with capes. I bought some of the Batman super cheap from JK Toys and Collectibles just for the capes. So whenever I see a Batman variant like this I didn't have, by the way, this is the name of it. I always never know. I always have to look it up. I have extra capes, thanks to JK Toys and Collectibles. So I'll dig through my Batman bin, put a cape on him, and he'll go with all my other Batman variants. So that was really cool. That was only like $5. That was pretty neat to find that. And again, I was going through, and one thing I do need to speak on with Trader's World is a lot of the booths nowadays are just Funko Pops, and they're just Marvel Legends in the box, and they're WWE and, you know, Black Series all, you know, pegged on the walls in the package and everything, and they're charging, you know, twice retail, ridiculous prices. If you go to Trader's World and you're looking to get some Funko Pops and Marvel Legends twice their retail that have only come out a couple years ago, you do you. But for me, when I go to the flea market, I like finding older, weirder things for very, very good deals. That's what I go for. I don't know about you, but I'm looking to get a deal when I go to the flea market. And maybe spending a little bit more on something that's kind of cool or special to me. But one thing, next up, this is something that is in the good deal category, and also, unfortunately, in the baby toy category, like these down here. More Rescue Bots Optimus Primes. I didn't have this one right here. Funny enough, I just did a YouTube Shorts on the Night Watch Optimus from the 2007 movie, and this is Night Watch Optimus, spelled with a K. I don't know why. I guess it probably came out around, like, Age of Extinction, maybe? But essentially, he just turns into a T-Rex, and he's got little T-Rex arms. He doesn't have any lights or sounds, but I didn't have this mold for Rescue Bots Optimus Prime yet. I thought it was pretty cute, because I still collect Optimus Primes no matter what it is. And, yeah, I actually kind of like this one. And it was only $10, which in my opinion is a pretty good deal for a big old Rescue Bot. So there's Night Watch Optimus Prime. And that's not all. They did also have Rescue Bots Optimus Primal. This has been one, believe it or not, I know it's a Rescue Bot. It's not the kind of thing that many Transformers collectors go after, but hear me out. This has been an Optimus Prime toy that I have been looking for years. Believe it or not, this has been my most wanted Rescue Bots Optimus Prime. I have the little one that's like a retool, kind of different, but I wanted the big talking one. And it is kind of interesting. He's Optimus Primal. You know, because he's a T-Rex now, but it's not the Optimus Primal we really know. But it's still really cool. And again, $10, and the electronics work. At least most of the time. I noticed they stopped working when I, like, laid it to rest. Oh, that sounds awful. When I just gave it a moment of rest, they stopped working. So I probably just need to change out the batteries. Because he was working in the store, in the booth, and I'm like, oh, the electronics work nice. There we go. So I guess this turning them off and on will work. The Dino Hide. I don't know what that means. Yeah, he's got, like, this rubbery button up here. And then you, like, press the button to transform it. You should make the transforming noise. There we go. This is just cool, man.
Greetings, friend.
Come on, how can you not love that? How can you not love this? And he's got a spinny thing. Oh, come on. That's just so goofy. I love it. I love toys like this. I love big, dumb, talking Transformer toys. And only $10 for those, you know? I'm a loser for getting stuff like that, but hey, you know what? I'm a happy loser. I'm a happy loser. All right, so I got those, and I was looking a little bit more, and I finally found the booth of the elderly gentleman that I was looking for. Really great guy. I love talking to him. And I found a couple things that I'd really been looking for. One that I hadn't been looking for as hard, but I found it when I was visiting my brother down in Kentucky, and I passed on it, and I kind of regretted passing on it. It's one of these G.I. Joe commemorative collector's edition things. This just is a really cool item. So I grew up with G.I. Joe. It was probably my favorite childhood toy line. It's kind of taken a backseat to giant robots and, you know, colorful armored soldier men nowadays. But I still really enjoy G.I. Joe. And this figure just kind of represents an aspect of the franchise that I've always enjoyed. So it is an O-ring style figure based on the original 60s style 12-inch G.I. Joes. Look at that. The face sculpt is even very similar. It's really cool looking. Hi, by the way. That's really nice. It's really cool, and he had it for only $20, which I think for something of this age, and it's in pretty good condition too. I was like, yeah, I think I want it. They did have the Marine set there, but I kind of just prefer this soldier, just standard infantry. Kind of preferred the look of this one. Yeah, it's really, really cool. I like that a lot. So I got that, and something else I got, and I was really looking for this, and I was super happy to find it here. Where are we gonna? Right there. So we can still see Night Watch Optimus. So I was really happy to find this, because I've been looking for one of these for a while. And this was $15, but I was able to bundle both of the things together for $30, so this was only $10. So when it comes to Batman toys, I love collecting, you know, DC, UC, stuff like that, but when it comes to, like, the media, I like getting the original toy of the media. And believe it or not, I hadn't seen Mask of the Phantasm yet. And a few weeks ago, I finally watched it for the first time. I mean, I knew about the character, I knew about the movie, I knew about the twist. But after watching the movie, I'm like, I really want to go back and get this original Kenner Phantasm. I don't collect a lot of the Kenner animated series stuff. I think I might at some point, because I just love Kenner Batman. Absolutely love it. But I figured, you know, there's the DC Collectibles version of Phantasm, blah, blah, blah. I want the original Kenner. I want the toy that was out when the movie was out. And I was really happy to find this carded, complete with all the accessories, $10. This is something that's been on my radar, and I'm really happy that I was able to get it. So yeah, there's a Phantasm for my collection. Very odd name. Kind of an odd character, too. She's a cool character. The movie was good. It was good. Some people say it's the best Batman movie ever. I would very much disagree. But it was a very good movie. I really enjoyed it. And we'll put Phantasm, how about, will you fit there? There, that's all you're gonna get. Alright, almost done. I was walking out of the flea market, and there was one last booth that was like at the very end, like building one of the very first ones. And standing on a shelf, I saw this. This is the Cold Night in Gotham City 2-pack Mr. Freeze. This is the nice chrome one. This is the movie accurate one. This is good old Arnie Mr. Freeze. And I said, hey, do you have a price on that Mr. Freeze? And he's like, throw me a number. And I'm like, $10? Because I didn't want to, like, lowball him, but I still wanted to get a good deal. And he was like, sold. Instantly sold. And when I picked it up, number one, I unfortunately noticed he had a floopy leg. I don't know why his leg is floopy, but he's got a floopy leg. I might try to tighten it. I might just try to put something in there to kind of thicken it. Because I was going to unscrew him, but because he's made out of this really hard plastic to accommodate for the vac metal, the screws probably are stuck in there because the chrome has like thickened it. I tried unscrewing it and the screws were just starting to strip. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna unscrew him to try to thicken that. But even then, he still stands fine. I mean, he's so shiny, my camera can absolutely not handle what's going on with him. But look at that, man. This has been a holy grail for my Mr. Freeze collection for years and years. And I'm happy I was finally able to get it, especially for such a good deal. Look at how look, he's shining the light off onto the G.I. Joe box. He's that reflective. And he's so reflective, I don't even know if my camera wants to focus in on him. Yeah, this is a gorgeous figure. So happy to finally have this. It's really cool, no pun intended. I'm super happy to have that. I think this, believe it or not, was probably the find of the day. I've been wanting this for ages, and it's in really good condition too, except for the floopy leg, but again, I don't care. Also, another thing, when I picked it up, he had a $16 sticker on the bottom of his foot, and I just didn't point that out. I was like, oh, $10, nice. And after I gave him the $10, he's like, hey, I've got a big old box of Transformers. I'll let the whole thing go for $40 if you want it. I don't know about Transformers. And I was like, well, number one, I only have $5 left on me. So I was like, I don't really think I'm going to be buying the whole box. But I did pick up a couple. I picked through the box and I found a couple figures that I thought were, kind of cute, kind of worth adding to my ever-growing Transformers collection of whatever the heck I find fascinating. Little Revenge of the Fallen Legends class Megatron is apparently something I needed in my life. It's goofy looking, it's doofy looking, but it's one of the only Revenge of the Fallen Megatron molds I don't think I had yet. I'm looking up at my shelf. I've got the Leader, I've got the Voyager, I've got the Studio Series. I even have the robot replicas. I've got the Activators, but I didn't have this one. So now I have this one. Hooray! I do want to get the movie 1 Legends Megatron at some point, because I really love the first movie's by far my favorite. But still, cute little Megatron. And $2.50, because I picked out 2, and I'm like, hey, will you do $5? So $2.50 for that little Megatron's pretty solid. It is kind of a shame, though, with a lot of these. I consider them pretty good deals, like $10 for that, $10 for that. I gotta give a shout out, one of my absolute favorite YouTube pals. I've known him for like a decade. Pooh. He lives over in the UK. I feel like the kind of deals you can get in the UK at like car boots and flea markets are so much better than the US. Because the US as a whole culture is very money oriented. So everybody tries to get the most money they can out of things. So, I mean, if Pooh was doing this, he would be like, oh yeah, I got that for a quid. He would be getting stuff for only, a pound each. 50 pence. But me, I'm happy to get something for $10 or $5. It's just the different cultures, and I guess everything's more expensive in America in these kind of situations. But then again, some things in the UK, I'm sorry you guys got to pay those crazy prices for new toys. It's ridiculous. But I did get another Transformer, and I looked him up, and I forgot his name, but I think I remember it. Smolder, I think is the name of this guy. It's from Power Core Combiners. I didn't know his name when I bought it. I was just like, yeah, it's a cool looking Power Core dude. It's a Decepticon fire ambulance thing. He didn't come with his little partner, but I'm pretty sure his name is Smolder. Let's transform him real quick. Because it's funny, I have a few of these Power Core Combiner core guys now. I've actually got quite a few, but I don't have any figures to make a combiner. I don't have any of the little figures you need. It's so weird. So I've got so many of these torso bots, but I don't have any limb bots. I guess just because they're little cars, it's hard to find them, because the only ones I've gotten in Power Core Combiners, I found at like thrift store, flea market, this, that, and the other. I've never just straight up bought one because I've really wanted one. The only one I probably want is the one that's like a tank, like an Autobot tank. I want that one. I forget his name. But this guy, Smolder, just look at him. He's pretty cool looking. That's just a really cool figure for $2.50. I mean, come on. One thing I do like, though, I wish I could make some of these combiners, because look at this combiner head, dude. It does have a little paint scuff on it, but look at that head. That is so cool looking. Oh my gosh, I'd love to see that on like a full robot. I can see some people like taking some of these Power Core Combiners and kit bashing them to make some pretty cool custom Transformers, especially with some of these head parts. But we'll leave him with the little robot head. It's kind of funny. He looks like an evil mixture of like Inferno, and he's got like a Darth Vader helmet. It's so weird looking. It's like Darth Vader and Inferno's evil little ambulance son. I don't know how to describe him. Yeah, really cool little toy. $2.50. Come on. So this is my haul from Trader's World. However, there's one thing here that I just feel like I need to do before I end this video. I want to open Phantasm. Because I'm not going to leave her carded. Because I don't leave everything I get carded. But I do want to make sure I keep the card in good condition, so I'm going to dissect it. I've seen some people ask me, still to this day, like on my vintage collection reviews, how do you keep the card in such good condition? I do this. I just cut it. I just carefully cut it, and it looks good when I'm done, because I've done this so many times. I'm good at it. It's a little hard to go around some of the corners sometimes. Ooh, getting a little stiff on me. But we'll just leave it at that for now, so we can just get her out. All right. Ooh, everything's just falling out. It's back in the day when they didn't give you like 20 different ties keeping the figure in place. So yeah, here's Phantasm. Here's Andrea Beaumont. I think it's her name, right? I know it's Beaumont. I think it's Andrea. So Andrea Beaumont is notorious for being one of Bruce Wayne's only healthy relationships until it wasn't. She was an interesting character. I really enjoyed her. I mean, she was made for the movie. But one of the coolest things about her is that she's the Phantasm. So essentially, she was like, oh, this crime family killed my parents, so I'm going to dress up in a goofy ghost costume and kill all them. That was her MO, basically. So it was just her dad that they killed, I think. But yeah, that's cool looking. Look at that. That is cool. And it's got this cool little action where the arm goes. That's a cool figure, man. How can you not like Kenner Batman? I mean, look at that. Boom, just look at these. I love Kenner Batman so much. It's one of my favorite things to collect right now. I feel like 2023 for me has been the year of Kenner Batman. I've just been going crazy getting Kenner Batman stuff. And this is definitely one that I had on my radar for sure. Alrighty, there we go. There is my haul from Trader's World. Got some really cool stuff. Spent a lot of money, but I think I got a lot of good deals. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with what I got and what I spent. I love Trader's World. I've gone ever since I was a little kid. But I do need to express my disappointment in some of the culture change. Because some of these booths, man, where it's just nothing but Funko Pops. If you know my opinion, I don't like Funko Pops. I think they're the most cookie cutter, unoriginal, uninspired collectible you could collect. I just don't like them. I literally own 3 of them, and just because it's Commander Cody, his trooper, and Soundwave, that's it. They don't have the eyes, they don't have the, mouthless look. They basically just look like super deformed little versions of the characters, because they don't have the weird, stupid Funko-ism designs. I'm going on my tangents as always. But yeah, I go to thrift stores and flea markets and all that looking for deals, looking for weird old toys, not looking for things that came out a couple months ago that I missed in stores and I find it for double the price. That's not what flea markets are for me. But apparently that's what they are for a lot of collectors. And like I said, you do you. No problem with it. If you like going to Trader's World and hitting up the Funko Pop booths and the booths with all the Marvel Legends and WWE, it's just not for me. I like the booths like JK Toys and Collectibles, where you walk in and, they've got, all these old 12-inch G.I. Joes, and they've got a whole wall of, like, retro Star Wars and G.I. Joe, and they've got, a little Transformer section. They've got these baggies and this tower of retro Batman figures and retro Ninja Turtles and Star Wars, and that's what I go for, man. I like the tables where it's just junk laid out and you find a cool looking Michael Keaton Batman with a $5 sticker on it. I like the booths with all the kid toys where you find Optimus Primal and Night Watch Optimus Prime for $10 each. That's what it's about for me. It's about going to the booth run by the elderly gentleman that's friendly to talk to, that's got some awesome toys you've been wanting. That it's about that for me. It's not about going and, you know, talking to Funko Pop dealer number 755, who's got the rare Chase variant, blah, blah, blah. That's not what it's about. Some of the prices, though, some booths just charge stupid money. Come on. Like, who are you going to sell this to? There's a couple booths, I walk in and I feel like nothing's moved. And they've got crazy prices on stuff. Like an old 12-inch, I saw like an old 12-inch Revenge of the Sith figure, I think it was Palpatine. They're asking like $40 for it. Huh? Huh? Good luck with that. I think it's been there for a couple years, so definitely good luck with that. Alrighty, guys, I think I've rambled on long enough. I just want to share my haul and kind of share my thoughts and feelings on what flea markets and thrift stores are about for me. That's, you know, I go to these places for deals and weird finds, and I think this right here was one of my best flea market hauls, by far. I got some awesome stuff at some awesome prices. I'm very happy with it. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for watching. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Alrighty, there we go. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.